Alexis Nunes alongside Mark Ogden, live and in the flesh. First time I'm seeing you, Augie, in ages, and it was for a big one in the Premier League tonight. It was Chelsea hosting the champions Liverpool. And Augie, even though you predicted that, we felt like Chelsea could definitely win this one. It went Liverpool's way. And Augie, I want to know why. What went wrong for Chelsea? Because like I said, exciting squad with all the new signings. Everyone kind of just expected it to click. But Liverpool clearly exposed some cracks in the armour.
Yeah, I think the first thing that went wrong was that they had a red card in the first half. You know, with Christensen was sent off quite rightly after a VAR review, and from that point on, 10 men against the champions, you got no chance. And what made it worse was the fact that Liverpool put Thiago on in the second half, and he just created pass after pass, space after space, and Chelsea made mistakes. And the biggest one was probably Kepa for the second goal. So it's just been a bad day for Chelsea. Individual errors cost them a big game.
And you did say big mistakes. Kepa again. Mistakes and Kepa seem to have been going together like two peas in a pod.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it sounds harsh to say, but Augie, there's only so much that Chelsea can continue to risk with Kepa Arrizabalaga. I know Frank Lampard has come to his defence recently as well. Did he today afterwards in some of the presses that you probably must have heard?
Not really, no. He was asked about the mistake and he said it was a big mistake. It was a clear mistake. And then he kind of mitigated it by saying that we have to look after Kepa and, make sure his confidence is fine. But I think Chelsea are going to sign Edouard Mendy this week from Rennes. So, I think he's not an established world-class goalkeeper, Mendy, but he will give some pressure to Kepa. But I just think Kepa now, for me, feels like a lost cause. It's every game. It's
borrowed time?
I think so, yeah. In an ideal world, Lampard would have got rid in the summer, but they signed him for £75 million 2 years ago. It's a world record fee. Nobody wants to pay that money to take him off Chelsea's hands. They won't even get half the money back, and that's the problem. So they have to persevere with him, but they can't keep doing that, picking him every week if they're going to cost points, because it's very early season. But if you make mistakes like that, you could be looking at 4th, 5th place at the end of the season. Massive stakes at play here.
And I mean, if Kepa was probably all that went wrong with Chelsea, one of the things that a lot of people do feel went right is Timo Werner. He seemed pretty good today. What did you make of his performance?
I think with Werner, I think he's all energy, isn't he? I don't think there's a lot of thinking there. Fabinho, for me, just marked him out of the game. I mean, whenever Werner gets the ball, it looks quick, it looks dangerous, but Fabinho read everything he was doing. And I think Werner has to slow it down a little bit and use his brain a bit more. Obviously, he's a quality player, but Fabinho just read everything he was doing. So Werner has to smarten up a bit. He has to be a smarter player to score goals in the Premier League, and he will score goals in the Premier League, but he has to learn that his pace alone won't get him past these top defenders.
And let's talk about Liverpool now. I suppose there's no surprise why they are definitely Premier League champions. And like I said, with Thiago coming on, it just adds another layer there. So how worried should the rivals be from what you saw today? Because he only played 45 minutes and still outpassed everybody else on the pitch.
I mean, Liverpool's next game is Arsenal at home, and that is already it's a top of the table clash, isn't it? It's a big game. I think if Liverpool win that comfortably, then it's going to be, again, who can catch Liverpool this season. But I think the thing with Thiago, he came on, and it was like the flick of a light switch. He just changed the way they played automatically. It was Liverpool tend to beat teams by hitting the ball over the top for Salah, for Mane to chase onto. And that's what they've been brilliant at for 2 years. Thiago comes on, a different team. It's like watching Man City. They control the ball so well. He's picking passes, making himself available. It was like watching Paul Scholes in his prime. And I know Man United fans will hate me for saying that, but the way he kept the ball away, moved the ball the way he wanted the ball, even the way he tackled with the penalty that he gave away in the second half, it was Paul Scholes all over again. So, Man United have missed out on him twice now, I think it is. Liverpool have got him, and he's 29 years old. A £20 million deal for that player that looks like the bargain of the season, and he could play for 7-8 years if he plays like that.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube, and for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app, and for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.